And then if people hop on, they hop on. If they don't, then that's cool too. But hi, everybody. My name is Riley Whitting. I am a junior at the University of Denver. I have been a part of Isogenics for a little over a year and a half. I was enrolled by Mackenzie, who was on the call last June, I think. And so I am so excited to be hosting this call. This has been in the works for a while. We have 3 other incredible women who will be sharing their journey and their story with you. That's all super powerful, and they're super amazing. And so I'm so excited, and we're so excited to be giving you this call. I wanted to start by just sharing my personal story if you don't know who I am. Like I said, my name is Riley. I am a senior at the University of Denver. I think I might have said junior. I'm not really sure why I said that, but I'm a senior at the University of Denver. Like I said, I've been doing Isogenics for a year and a half. I actually met Mackenzie while working in East Grand Rapids, Michigan. I worked at a salon, and she would always come in and have her hair done by this one woman, and so I would always see her come in, and she always looked very put together. And really, when I thought about it, it looked like she had something that I didn't have, and that's something that I wanted. She looked like she was healthy, she was happy, she was living an amazing life, and that was something that I was longing for. It was something that in college I didn't really find. I didn't really have a group of women. I didn't have a nutritional system. Clearly, I wasn't overweight, but I did have a lot of weight in my face. I was just gaining weight from college in general. And so I kept looking for a solution, and she kept coming in, and the solution was literally walking into the door every day. And it was something that I just kind of discarded out of my mind, but it was already there. It was always in the back of my head. So I finally followed her on Instagram. We connected, found out that we went to high school together. And I think it was at least 4 months later is when I finally jumped in and asked her to give me the full rundown of what Isogenics was, what the opportunity could do for me or what it could look like for me. And she really planted the seed, and she planted a vision into my head of, how big it could get. And so it's something that I'm so thankful for. And it's just been a blast ever since. In January, we found out that we earned a cruise. I've been able to pay off a lot of student debt with Isogenics, but also just be healthy and be a better version of myself. There's a lot of personal growth that comes with being a part of Isogenics, and it's something that I cannot imagine my life without. So that's just a little bit about me and a little bit about my story. I'm super excited to welcome my friend, Erin. Erin and I went to camp together. We both went to camp for 7 weeks up in Northern Ontario, and now she is in school in Chicago, and I'm so excited for her to share her story and her journey because it is so awesome, and it's so inspiring. So Erin, if you'd like to take it away, I would love for you to share.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks. So Riley, of course, enrolled me I'm Erin. I'm a junior in Chicago at school. And so Riley introduced me to the system this past year because I really wanted a solution that would work for me without kind of like ruining my schedule or ruining what I wanted to do every day. And so Isogenics fit in really easily. It was a really intimidating first price tag, but it has been so affordable, like so easy. I never have to really think while I'm buying groceries or anything about, quick, easy, nutritious things to make that would also help me lose weight. And so I joined in February, and I've lost, I think, 35 pounds now, which is like crazy. And I've like always been doing like diets and trying to lose weight, and it all just kept coming back, and nothing was really working. And so then I reached out to Riley. I was like, you know what, whatever, like I'm going to just give it a chance. If I don't, then I'm going to, regret it. So I just gave it a chance, and it worked insanely well for me. I love it. I have so much energy now. Like my health has never been better all around. It's just awesome, and I love it, and it's so easy, and it just works. And and so it's actually like kind of changed my whole outlook on just the way I kind of live my life. I now like love going to the gym, and I love exercising, which is like, as Riley actually probably knows from the camp we went together at, like I wasn't like the best athlete or anything, and now like I'm doing better and all of that, and I actually enjoy going to the gym and like enjoy like doing exercise and going on hikes and doing all these things that I always felt restrained back from because of how bloated and big I felt as a person. But now like all that's gone, like I'm loving life, like it's great. And it was probably like the best change I ever made for my life. I've just been so much happier ever since in every area of my life since isogenics, and that's really the only thing that's changed. So it's just awesome, and I can't recommend it enough to like everybody I know. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you, Erin. I remember, and this is a huge thing too that we always find with Isogenics is a lot of people are really intimidated by the price tag, or they're really intimidated because they're skeptical. And Erin is definitely one of those people. And now you're not anymore, right? So it's just, you have to put faith. And if you don't have faith in something, borrow somebody else's belief until you can truly build your own. And that's something that people tell me all the time. I remember even Mackenzie told me that. She was like, listen, you just got to jump in with both feet. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But the chances of it doing it and you never knowing are so much greater than if you were just to give it a shot. So I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for sharing. Do you want to go ahead and introduce your lovely friend, Maddie?
Yeah, and so I absolutely love this system. And so my good friend and sorority sister, now she's graduated, but Maddie, I reached out, or I was posting on like my Instagram. She reached out to me. And so, yeah, she'll share her story now.
Hey guys, so I'm Maddie. I actually recently graduated in March, so I've been a graduate for about like 5-6 months, but that was also right when I started Isogenics. I reached out to Erin on Instagram and I was like, hey, I want to join this program. It seems awesome. Just because when I was in college, I definitely felt like super bloated, low energy, and like I've been always like wanting a diet program, but I never ever felt like I could do a diet program just because it wasn't something that I really thought could like be sustainable. But I kind of just took the plunge and I just went for it. And I think that's like the best part about the program is you just go for it and it just works. But my favorite thing about this program is about like commitment, intentionality. I definitely like the system works, but you have to be committed to it and you have to have like intentionality about your commitment. So that's like something I definitely have been super lucky to have with this program. Like I've experienced a lot of personal growth and yeah.
Yeah, that's so huge. And I remember like Maddie and I both went to go see this movie called Made for More by Rachel Hollis. And I remember afterwards we both texted each other and it changed our whole perspective, not just in our way of life, but also with Isogenics. And I remember Maddie and I having a conversation about intentionality with Isogenics. And if you really want it to work and happen, you have to believe. And so your intentionality has been so inspiring, Maddie, and your ability to share so vulnerably on your Instagram and on your Facebook has been really, really awesome. So I'm super proud of you and thank you for sharing.
Thanks.
And now I'm super excited to bring on Emily Milanowski. Emily and I went to high school together. She was a year below me, and now she is a student at the University of Michigan, and she's been having such great success, not only in her own journey, but with her family as well, and some of her friends. So I'm super excited for her to share. So Emily, well.
Thanks, Riley. Hi, everyone. As Riley said, my name's Emily. I'm a junior at the University of Michigan over here in Ann Arbor. Loving life. So actually, I had watched Riley on her journey on Instagram, and also a couple of the seniors who were in my sorority, and my aunt had been involved in Isogenics. And similar to Riley, I, in college, had a little bit of struggle going through getting, this freshman 15 is pretty real, as many know. A lot of low energy. I spent so many nights just late in the library, ordering Jimmy John's late at night, spending my wallet out on just trying to get any food that I can, and my Starbucks addiction hit an all-time high. I was just out of control with my caffeine consumption. I was falling asleep in almost every class that I had. Having so many problems with my energy, and just decided with one of my friends that it was time to jump in, and really having that 30-day guarantee. I was like, I have nothing to lose. I might as well try it for 30 days. And I completely changed my whole outlook when I started using Isogenics. I started back in May, and since then I have been able to release about 13 pounds, and over like I lost like, I think it was like 5% of my body fat percentage. We did it at work a while ago over the summer, and just in the first 2 months was able to achieve that. And even though that weight loss is really exciting, I think what was even more exciting was the energy that I gained and the life that I gained back with Isogenics. I truly have been able to cut my Starbucks addiction. I still have it for fun, have to have a little bit of a taste now and again, but I don't rely on coffee here at school. I am able to go and I'm gonna be able to get my studies done. I haven't fallen asleep in a class yet, so that's pretty great. And I've also been able to just reduce the amount of money that I spend in general, because I have my shakes and my bars and everything that I need, that I can just bring the packet along with me to class. I think the convenience is the best part of the whole thing. I personally live in my sorority house, which is about 20 minutes away from the business school here on campus. And so trying to get back for set meal times that we have here at the house is just so hard. I really need like an hour and a half just to come back for a lunch that I may or may not like. So being able to just have a shake and whip it up right on campus is so convenient, and really avoids me just walking over to Chipotle and spending $15 on lunch like I used to. So overall, it's really been great. I also was able to take it to India this past summer when I went abroad, which was really nice to be able to just add that dense nutrition to my lifestyle, as I can sometimes be a little picky eater here, both on campus and around the world. So I was still able to try everything that I wanted to, but not have to rely and have my shakes as that staple. So in the end, too, like Riley said, I have had a lot of my family members join in with me and friends, and it's created that great community. Not only do we plug in with our private Facebook community that Mackenzie is so awesome to add so much content to and get to know everyone around in our community, but also just getting to become closer with my parents, my siblings, cousins, friends, everyone that's involved. We share workouts, we share all of our exciting moments in life, and I could not imagine my life without Isogenics now.
Ah, I love you so much, Emily. That was really amazing. You touched on so many awesome and key points that I think all of us have, really taken advantage of with Isogenics and, like you said, our private online community with the help of Mackenzie. Something that I do want to just touch on really fast with you and Erin is if you guys could just share a little bit about like having a meal plan and Isogenics, because I know that there's a lot of college students who do enroll in meal plans. I never had a meal plan when I started Isogenics, so I never had to worry about allocating money towards different things. So if you could just touch on that for just a few minutes, that would be amazing. I don't know if Erin, you want to jump in, or if Emily, you want to start out. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, for sure. So I actually wasn't on a meal plan when like meal plans were required, but my mom had got me a meal plan for the quarter where I started Isogenics, and we ended up like canceling that immediately because Isogenics was so easy, because really I only got it for like coffee on campus and things like that, and I had so much energy from Isogenics that I didn't need that. But I do all my grocery shopping like at, like an adult kind of, but now it's like a lot easier than it was. So yeah, but that's kind of it.
I'd be happy to jump into. I actually do have a meal plan at the sorority. If we live in, we're required to also have our meal plan here. We have a phenomenal chef. His name's Chef John. We love him. But I think what the nice thing about Isogenics is I think people so often get confused and think that, like, I know you all get the questions of, do you actually eat? I eat more than I did without Isogenics. And that always shocks people to hear, because like I said earlier, I was skipping meals because I couldn't get back to the house and I was so broke. I couldn't afford food on campus. And just jumping back to having Isogenics, I was been able to just supplement everything that I do eat with this dense nutrition, and being able to, I pay for all of my products. I am fully responsible for every penny that I put into it, and it's worth every penny that I do. Even with having a meal plan that I can afford Isogenics, and it has been able to, like, really, I've been able to save money by cutting out some of the external things. Like I said, I a lot of us college kids, we love to go eat pizza and Chipotle, and we have a thing called no tie here on campus. And it's not that I don't get those anymore, but I'm able to, instead of ordering out or ordering food because I need something really quick like Jimmy John's, I can do it only like maybe once or twice a week rather than maybe 5 to 7 times a week. So I think overall, even if you do have a meal plan, isogenics can be a great addition to your meal plan. And I would never go a day without it now, even with the meal plan that I do have.
Yeah, that's so important, and that's so awesome that you shared that. I would love now for Mackenzie to jump in, because Emily, you did touch on paying for your own products, and using Isogenics to pay for your own products is amazing. Eating for free is awesome. All 4 of us do, all 5, is there 5 of us? 4 of us? 5? 4? We all do eat for free with the help of Isogenics. So I'd love for Mackenzie to come on and just share a little bit about her story, and the business opportunities too, because it is so important. We want everyone to be aware of the business. So Mackenzie.
Y'all are so amazing. Like, I know and have seen your journeys, but hearing them again, it gets me so excited. So fun. I was 23. I'm now 26. So just 3 years ago, I found Isogenics. And I wish I would have found this in college because, my parents were wonderful and helped me out, but I was responsible for food and fun is what I called it at school. So I always was taking a lot of credits and then was working other jobs. And I think I said it on my Facebook Live, but I think people are calling them side hustles now. And I definitely had a side hustle in college. I had a spray tanning business, and I went on to opening a brick and mortar beauty business in downtown San Diego after I left school. But, that was my way of earning extra income on campus, networking. I was in a sorority, making connections and learning how to build my business. But when you own a little business like that, you're in business by yourself. And so it was a lot of going to school. And then I had a retail job too, going to my job and then fitting in spray tans, staying up late at night, trying to make some extra income. So the money aspect was a pain point for me in college. And I always, I was always broke in college. I remember some semesters not being able to buy the textbooks. I don't know if you ladies ever ran into this, or I would kind of rather spend the money in other areas than spend, which maybe I shouldn't be saying this on the call, but sometimes I chose not to buy a textbook because it would be like $200 and, a senior would be like, oh, you'll only use it a few times. And so I'd link up with a girlfriend, right? Smart networking, and link up with a girlfriend who'd buy it, or we'd split the textbook, right? And we would do homework together or studies together. But it was always a story around, one, not having money. And then I never knew how to take care of myself. I never learned healthy habits in school. It's not something they teach you, especially going from a home where maybe, your parents cooked for you, or it was easier to access healthier options and then going to school. So I did have a meal plan, but I remember the meal plan being very expensive. And, most of the time on campus, you're in and out and you're busy all day long. And so the hours that I could go access, I remember my meal plan, I think, was just breakfast and lunch. It was 2 meals a day. But the times that I was making poor choices and eating food was like in between classes, or you had that awkward break, we had a long walk to a different hall, and I would be getting things like Quiznos or lots of coffee or things from vending machines. And so I was actually spending a lot of money on snacks and foods. And my whole story was always that I never had money. So, what's beautiful about Isogenics is that you're showing people great, healthy alternatives. And what we have are solution-based products, solutions to stress. You heard the girls talk about energy. We've got the smoothies, which are a fully balanced meal, but they have things like pre and probiotics, trace minerals, amino acids, protein, fats, and carbs. Tastes amazing, which I would have loved to have on campus. I remember the late nights that I was maybe procrastinating on projects, or, pulling the all-nighters was when I would do the Walmart runs, because I went to Central Michigan University. So we had like Walmart, and I think Walmart, or Meijer, we had Meijer, and do like the late night runs for snacks, and I'll sit up for hours. And I wasn't feeding my brain or feeding my body the way that I needed to be doing. So, the products would have been amazing in school. And I love talking to young women about making healthier options to feed their brain, feed their body. But also when you feel good, you do good. And I think that's a really important time in school is, school can be very stressful and very fun. And so be able to feed the fun and take care of yourself. But Isagenix has an amazing referral program. And I think sometimes the word business can be heavy to people. And what's so fun is that it's really it's a virtual business. And so for young men and women, who are very tech savvy and online, and, I think Instagram came out my sophomore year of college, I believe. So I really learned in college to start building networks and communicating and socializing through social media. And what's so fun about Isagenix is that everyone starts as a customer. You pay $29 for a wholesale account for the year. Whoever you chat with, whoever invited you on this call is going to customize a pack for you to match your goals, what you're spending at school, what you're looking for, energy, weight, stress, whatever it is, better sleep, convenience. And then you have that wholesale account for the year to shop anything you want at wholesale pricing anytime. So think of it like, my favorite example is Amazon Prime. How many college students are using Amazon Prime or any kind of online account where you're ordering something that's delivered to your doorstep? I know that sometimes college students use different programs like HelloFresh or the different meal delivery programs. But what's so great is that you can order your products to get shipped, delivered to your doorstep. And if you love what you're using, you refer it. And so how many of us are referring something that we love? Maybe it's a new technology. Maybe it's a great restaurant on campus. Maybe it's a makeup. What else are you guys referring? And think about companies. Can we use a chat box or come on and chat? I know for me, like my favorite sunglasses are by Diff Eyewear. And when you refer Diff, you get like a link. And I know for me, I've never paid for a pair of sunglasses again because I've referred so many of my favorite black aviators that they give you a referral code, right? So with Isagenix, instead of getting codes and free products, you get income, you get money. So when you hear the girls talking about eating for free, it means that they referred it to some people that are loving it, ordering it, and their products are covered. So how fun would it be to, one, be getting these great nutrition products in your body, having that covered, but if that was an extra $200 to $300 a month in your pocket, what would you be able to do? Not skip the textbooks, be able to drive. I know for me, I just wanted to drive home. I wanted gas money to drive home and see my family more often. Or my brothers went to Michigan State, and that was way more fun than where I went to school. And so to be able to have a little extra money in my pocket to do like a fun girls' dinner or drive to go see, some friends at a different university for the weekend, I would have loved that. A big thing for me was I never could afford to get my hair done in college, so I did a lot of bad box color for my hair. So maybe it's just something fun you could treat yourself to. For me, it was I wish I could have gotten my hair done and not done a lot of bad box color. Vacation, spring break, something that we're going to do this upcoming spring is a big campaign to help more people be able to do a fun trip. For me, I wasn't able to do fun spring breaks because I was always working. So whether it's the income or the products, it's both here for you. And then the most important thing that I think, and my passion with working with these women and younger women is, having a healthy community. College can be hard. College is fun. College is exciting. And not only are you getting a healthy community for the products, but there's just great mentorship and friendships. I look at all these women, like the friendships I know Riley has crafted. She's come to Isagenix events in Vegas, and she won a trip. You guys, one of Riley's biggest months in Isagenix was $1,600. On top of being in school full-time and being a nanny, this girl earned an extra $1,600 in the pockets of her time. That is so powerful. So the word business can be a little heavy. And then lastly, the biggest passion I have for college age students is becoming money savvy, learning how to make extra income. Because if you have residual bills, right, your rent is coming out every month in college, you've got maybe a cell phone bill, maybe you're not paying that yet. I was, student loan payments, is getting ahead and starting to create an income to be able to hack those away. I left school with such heavy student debt, and it was suffocating, and the amount of interest on my student debts was suffocating. And I remember sitting there working 3 jobs in San Diego, 2 jobs, and then running a beauty business, just thinking like, how will I ever get ahead? And that's when I had a light bulb moment that I needed to be able to create income that was residual if I was going to have residual bills, especially a student loan payment with 8% interest or 7% interest. So I worked really, really hard, and I created an enough income to be able to pay off all of my student debt in 18 months with Isagenix. And so whether it is extra fun money we talked about, getting your hair done, having extra meals, being able to drive home on the weekends, whatever it is, or work on that student debt. We have so many people in our community that can help you. Look at these amazing women you just heard from. But most importantly, all we simply do is eat our favorite groceries and just share that with people. There's no buy-ins, there's no heavy fees. It really is as easy as ordering your favorite food and blessing that forward.
Let me just unmute. Yeah, that's so huge and so powerful. And you know what? I remember seeing your post. Was it this past summer or was it when you wrote your huge check for your student loans? That was so powerful. And I remember just sitting there reading your post and being like, wow, like one day, like that will be me being able to pay off everything and not have to worry about it anymore. And that's huge. And I think that so many people could benefit from that. And so, I mean, that's the reason why I share. I share because I want other people to not feel financially bound. I mean, in some ways, I'm still working on that, but I know I've seen the vision from you and from so many other people in our community and just in Isogenics in general that have been able to do that. And I know, so that's like one of my goals. And I know that's a goal for a lot of girls who are on this call. And I think that's just so huge. So thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, absolutely. And I have no doubt you all will be able to do that.
Okay, so we have a few minutes left. If anybody in the chat has any questions they want to post. Kenzie says, learn and earn. Yes, I'm glad you were able to hop on. But if anybody has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box. I'm hoping to do another call similar to this about building the business in college. This is just a little overview of some girls' stories who are super powerful and are just paving the way for others to learn and grow and to be healthier versions of themselves. And so I'm super excited to see where their journeys lead them, and just super grateful that they decided to trust me and jump in. And so it's been a super fun experience. If anybody has anything that they'd like to add, now is the time. Anybody? Anything else? I think we're all set. Well, thanks so much for jumping on. This has been recorded and it will be posted. This is recorded and it will be posted in our private community. And so if you have any questions or if you would like to have some people watch this, please send me a message. I'd be happy to send you the link. Kinsey says, how are you creating community and positivity? Our Facebook group is amazing with community and positivity. We have women from all over the United States and Canada who are consistently posting in our page, posting different workouts and different recipes. And just we're always encouraging each other. If someone is on a cleanse day, we'll post, and everybody else who's also cleansing will post as well. And everyone just has a huge support system within that community. And so that's been a huge thing for me, and Mackenzie touched on this too. Finding a social group or just a good group of people in college has been really tough. And so being able to plug into a community that's online and then also travel to events and meet people in real life who share the same goals and passions as you has been so huge. And so it's so amazing that we get to do that. And then she added, are you meeting up to in-person fun events? We have so many events that are happening all over the United States. This January, we're super excited to be going back to Phoenix, Arizona for New Year's kickoff. And so I'm hoping that a lot of these girls on the call will also be joining me there in Phoenix. It's the personal growth, and we learn more about Isogenics. But also we do fun events like sip and samples. So I'm hoping that these girls will also be starting to put those on too in their communities, and you can go and join them. And yeah, so that's, I think, everything. But thanks so much for hopping on. Like I said, this call has been recorded and it'll be posted in the Facebook groups. And so I'm super excited. Thanks so much for joining, everybody. And I hope you have a great Sunday evening.